What's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Happy Christmas to everyone if you celebrate it. And I hope you guys had some nice time with your family and got some nice presents as well. But we are back on the grind here and we have a very fun one today because I'm going to be playing maps created by pro Geoguessr players. Now, this has been an entire series and so far the lowest score anyone's gotten me to get is 62 out of 25,000. Here is the entire list. We've had quite a few sub 5,000 games so far and my best score ever is 14,558. Today we've got maps from 3 Geoguessr players who are some of the best players in the world, including my good friend Eddie from Adelaide. So let's just get into things here today. I've got the link to play against me in the description if you want to see how you'd fare. But without further ado, let's get straight into the round. As always, we've got the car turned off here. In addition to that, we also have the compass off as well, so I can't tell where the sun is or anything like that. But here is the first round. This is a very generic forest. First thoughts were like Russia or Ukraine, but let's take a look around further to see if we can get a vibe off these trees. So, we do not really see, we see that there's some kind of elevation going on here, I think. I think that might be water, but it kind of feels like there might be quite a bit of distance in the background there. The dirt is kind of reddish, and the trees look more European or Asian. I could say that. It definitely feels like Eurasia to me, all in all, although it could be elsewhere as well. Okay, so thoughts here. As I said, Russia and Ukraine. I think even me, Ukraine. Maybe Ukraine is my main thought. This map is made by TM Diarmid. I think that's how you pronounce his name, but he's from Poland, so could be Poland. I would not actually be shocked by that, although it would be a very strange Poland, to be fair. I could also see maybe like a Bulgaria, Serbia. I mean, it would be a very exceptionally strange Serbia, I guess, but something like that is also possible. USA is not out of the question here, of course, always has to be mentioned. But yeah, I think maybe like a Ukraine or a Russia would make the most sense here. If it was Russia, maybe down here, or maybe out in Vladivostok area. Didn't love that, but I think it's more so likely to be around here. If Ukraine, then obviously in the hilly direction, maybe around here would make a lot of sense. Although I can't really tell out an elevation just from the forest view here. I might go for Ukraine just to hedge it for Europe here. But yeah, would not be surprised if this is quite wrong indeed. Let's see where it actually is here. And, okay, not too bad there. It was actually in Serbia. That's a crazy Serbia. And, oh yeah, it's TMC Dermid. Yeah, good. Yeah, we pulled 3,800 points. Technically, the correct mountain range there. But, I mean, could definitely have gone worse, but definitely a hard round, without a doubt. We're on one country streak. Here we have, what looks to be, this kind of feels like somewhere up here, right? North Yukon, North Alaska. Let's take a look around. So Prudhoe Bay definitely seems like a decent shout. Problem is that we have a lot of grass. I remember we had a very similar round, in the land bridges in Denmark, like here or something. We don't have the compass to confirm or deny that, but the thing is we have a lot of vegetation, like a lot of grass, so I want to see if we can see any trees. Like that might be a ridge of trees there. It could be. What about on this side? That is at least something. Oh my gosh, am I gonna bait myself here? Oh, we actually see a whole village here. Yeah, I think, so with only this view, I was actually happy to send North Alaska, but now we do see like a church here and quite a few buildings and some trees. I think that we've actually nailed it. I think this should be another one of those Danish land bridges, or maybe like Dutch or something, but I'm gonna go right here, because I think last time we had a round like this, it was on an island like this, or maybe this one here. Let's see if I'm right about that or not. And yes, 18 kilometers away. A little further north there on this land bridge instead. But that is a cracker guess. Okay, we are onto a really flying start here. 15k could actually be possible for the first time. So that's really great. Next one here. Ecuador or Colombia are first thoughts here. This is a familiar round though. It's probably not going to be in that area. Okay, the ladies here definitely have dark skin, so that's definitely something that you can see. There's quite a lot of African diaspora in the coastal parts of Colombia, so that's the thought here. They definitely probably seem darker than you'd expect to see in like Malaysia or something, which is another thought I had here. So that's could be useful. Pretty big river here. Is that bamboo? Well, that's a big bunch of bamboo there. I don't really know what, like a big bamboo tree, I guess. So is that, I think. So that's a lot of bamboo, which you do see in the Amazon fairly regularly. What about these palms? They almost feel a bit Asian. So it could be Indonesia still. I don't hate it. I definitely think you could see people that look like that in Indonesia. But I still think I prefer the Colombia idea all in all. Yeah, but it's definitely sus. And we don't see any mountains, which also, you know, makes the theory a bit tougher for Colombia, where you normally do see some kind of mountains. So, I think I still stick with Colombia here, honestly. I go outside Cali, like in this area here, maybe along the river. Okay, there are some places where I can imagine it maybe looking like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this guess. I could see Brazil working here as well. I could see Ecuador being a possibility. Then Indonesia, Malaysia. Yeah, I think that's the 4 countries that I would really consider, or the 5 countries that I really consider quite possible here. But there are also plenty of others that are... Oh, what about Sri Lanka? They could be Sri Lankan. The thing is, I don't really think I see this landscape too much in Sri Lanka. It's possible, but I don't think it's likely. So I'm going to send it here in Colombia then. And... Oh my goodness, that's an insane guess. We got the right river there. I actually can't believe how good that guess is. Holy crap. And we're on 13.8 after 3 rounds. We're actually taking apart this map right now. Damn. Okay, I was like, oh, so ready for this to be Asia. Like, okay, well that's, you know, once again, I mean, the kind of African diaspora meta in Colombia is literally very helpful. Like, it really has come in clutch a number of times when I've been playing. But okay, this one here is kind of interesting. We've got a lot of pines, a lot of coastal pines here. We have a suspicious dirt road here. And we have a lot of those pines. I have a thought here. What if this was Uruguay? I've been playing a lot of Uruguay and I don't recognize this round, but the way the dirt road is really does remind me of Uruguay. You do get that sometimes. And then, yeah, vegetation and everything would fit. It kind of reminds me of Australia. So I think Argentina or Uruguay, yeah, they often do remind me of Australia in a weird way. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Yeah. Now, do we have any smudges on the camera? We do have kind of a smudge on the camera here, which is very Uruguayan to see. I was thinking if it's Uruguay, like probably somewhere near Montevideo or in the center. I think I've seen rounds like this. Or maybe Punta del Este, where you also get this kind of camera blur quite regularly. They do have like a park, but I don't think the park's big enough there. And this probably should be in some kind of a park. There's also this one here. This one has eucalypts inside it, not these kind of trees. So I think I'll go for one of the central forests here. I think so. There are definitely these kinds of forests around this region. Maybe around here, I remember. Similar rounds. What about this thing here? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's definitely... These are different kinds of forests, I think, from what I remember. Okay, I think I'm just going to hedge it center. I'm going to hedge it first off here, because I want to get as many points as I can. And I want to definitely make sure that this is our best score. I still think Argentina is very possible here. But I think it's one of those 2 countries. I'm not 100%, but I would say I'm like 70% on it being one of those 2. So let's find out if I'm right. Oh yeah, not at all. That was Malaysia. Okay, another country I've studied quite a lot. Yeah, it was the coastal pines that you do see a lot in Asia. That makes sense. Okay. We still have 1 round to get that 15k that we want. And this is interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have some poplars here. This kind of feels once again like Argentina or something. We have lots of rocks. We have reddish dirt, which is a bit sus. We have lots of litter, which I don't think is that common in Argentina, to be fair. Although it can definitely be seen. And that's about it. White signpost there. Could be Russian. That kind of looks like a Russian painted signpost. Okay. Autumn coverage is interesting. And... could it be New Zealand? I think it's too much litter for New Zealand. I otherwise wouldn't mind that idea. But yeah, I do think like it's probably an atypical amount of litter to have just like random Coke bottle there. Yeah, I don't think so. Peru is somehow possible, but I don't think the trees fit quite so nicely. The rest of the landscape would, like this kind of grass, but the trees not so much. So yeah, I think I'll just go for Argentina. Yeah, so Argentina, there's many places this could be, like Comodoro, something in like Chubut, Esquel area. Could even be all the way up into Neuquén. Yeah, Neuquén, Chubut, Rio Negro, something like that in my opinion. Maybe I'd hedge it in... No, I think I would hedge it. I'd hedge it more like Rio Negro, I think. But the problem is we need some mountains. I don't know, it's something in this kind of region here. I think I'll just hedge it central here to try and go for that 15k. Now the question is, are we even right? Is this just Russia? I don't think so. I don't think that's a Russian signpost. I don't think I recognize it for Russia either, actually, in hindsight. So think I'm good on the continent. Maybe it could actually be like a crazy Mongolia trekker or something as well. Just to mention it before I guess here, but let's find out what it actually is here. And okay, it was actually, yeah, just a bit further south than Commodoro. And we have our new high score for the series, 17,934. Definitely off the back of knowing what the Denmark looked like in the past. And then a really crazy Colombia and a pretty decent Serbia. So there we go. 17.9k is the new best score. Let's head through to the next seed. Okay, next link is in the description. This map is created by Castrola, one of the best players in the world. Let's see what he's cooked up for us today. First one has suspiciously red soil. Are we in Trekker? I wonder if this is Trekker. We have a big building here. Almost looks European or Asian to me. Water tanks on the roof, maybe? Maybe not. Okay, one thing I thought of was like a really weird Hong Kong. I'm not really sure if that would be supported by the buildings here. They feel a bit European or something. Is that a palm? This is sus. What about Bermuda? Bermuda would be an interesting call here. I don't necessarily think this is Bermuda though, but I wanna like put it out there into the world. Taiwan. It's suspiciously red soil. I think we're not getting this round, to be honest. It's a bit difficult. We do have some architecture to help us out though. What does this say? There's like shutters on the windows. Okay, what about like a weird Italian island? The problem with a weird Italian island is I don't think you can have an apartment this big though. Yeah, and it's weird architecture. It feels more Asian architecture to me, all in all. But the red soil is deeply red, so I don't really know where that would exactly put us, you know? Okay, big banana plant here, that's helpful. Nothing over that direction, really. And then more banana plants here, followed by that. I think maybe Taiwanese island is the way to go here. Though I'm not really sure which one it would be, or where it would be. Maybe we go Penghu or maybe we go Kinmen. I don't think it looks like Kinmen. What about this one up here? Liangchang. What about Liangchang? Yeah, I think Liangchang is possible. It's hilly. I don't love the guess, but I don't hate it either. So let's find out where it actually is this time. And okay, it was South Africa, in Nabeha. That is a tough one, for sure. Did not even cross my mind, to be honest. But I guess the red soil does at least somewhat make sense. Not really an area where you get too much red soil, but you do see it there. So 1 point to start with. We didn't get 0. That's at least something, I guess. Next round here. And we are looking at what here? A bunch of white flowers and, you know, pine-ish conifers here. Definitely feeling like Russia or something like that. We won't check copyright here, even though I can see some kind of peskily visible. But, okay, I won't check copyright. Is this Russia? Without seeing any 2021s, I still think this would be Russia. We do have some kind of fairly reddish soil here, I've noticed. What about these trees in the background? They have like some poplars, or not poplars actually, no, but definitely like some warmer looking trees than what I expected to see. And what about that? What's that? So I'm thinking this could be anywhere from Omsk to Estonia, so something like that maybe. We have white flowers, which kind of looks more like Western Russia, but you see those pretty much everywhere. I don't know, but this could actually be US or something. It is possible. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. I think I want to hedge in Western Russia for Europe here, actually, because I do think Europe is quite possible that it's just something random in Poland, Baltics, Germany, something like that, you know. But I'm also worried that it's just, you know, Tomsk or something, and then we just get 0 points even though we get the right country. So, whatever. I think I'm going to go St. Petersburg here. I don't love the guess. At the same time, I don't really have anything better. We do have a bit of elevation here, which is suspicious, but not impossible in Leningrad, so I'm gonna hit it here. Let's see. Yeah, it was actually Greece. That's pretty crazy. 1,000 points at least, so we avoid last place here, but wow, this is a difficult round indeed. Maybe the trees a little did feel much more like that, but the white flowers convinced me that it was going to be somewhere colder, and clearly there's a big difference between northern Greece and St. Petersburg's climate, so definitely a poor guess there, but that's okay. We already had a good one at the start of the video, I guess. Okay, these palms, like Sulawesi palms, not too common outside of Asia, I would say. So, do we have any poles or anything here? We do. We seem to have a lot of power lines, at least. So, thoughts here. Southern Bangladesh, Malaysia, Indonesia, even Taiwan, you get these somewhere. This kind of looks like Taiwan a bit as well. 2021 copyrights everywhere, or that doesn't matter in Generation 3. Southern Taiwan actually might be my main thought here, along with Bangladesh. I just don't really think it felt that much like Indonesia. Who would it ever be? Yeah, it's definitely confusing to me. It's so flat, and the road does not feel particularly Taiwanese, to be honest. Like it feels rather poor quality. Taiwan's a fairly wealthy country, all in all. The way that the trees are planted on the side of the road, maybe this is actually like a really rare non-roof rack Bangladesh. It feels weird, but it doesn't feel impossible. I'm actually going to go for that, I think. Something in me is telling me this could be southwestern Bangladesh on the coast. That's a crazy round if it is. This is a really cool round if it is, but I guess all in all, like, Taiwan is probably more likely. I'm going to go for a swag guess. Let's go. Okay, just Indonesia. Yeah, I mean, that's probably where you guess were the palms, but was not. I don't know. Was not going to get the right region anyway. They're more the palms that you see in the western half of Indonesia, so yeah. Whatever. Next one here. Europe, surely. Kind of feels like Italy to me. We got tree plantations here. We got these bollards. Italian or French bollards, maybe? It feels very lush and green. And I'm thinking the bait here is that it's actually further south than you'd think. Now, the other option is that this could be California, but I don't think so. I would like to think this is not California. I don't really see any evidence that it would be. It just kind of feels a little suspicious, that's all. But yeah, I do think this is Europe. I mean, but he's already made a Greece location, so I guess it is somewhat suspicious in that regard. Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, what else could be possible here? I still think I think the road kind of feels Italian. But maybe that means it feels American, I don't know. French, yeah, something like that to me. I don't know. Let's guess Italy and find out here. Put ourselves out of the misery. I do think it should be Europe all in all. It could be Oregon. Could be Oregon as well as California. I think the bollards are strange. But they look more like the thinness of the road would make me lean Europe. So I'm going to go southern Italy then. Okay, it was actually in Bornholm. That's crazy. And I did actually catch a glimpse of the copyright there accidentally, and that makes sense in hindsight. But yeah, I tried not to let it play into my guess too much. And Italy, I guess, I don't even know if it has 2019 copyright, but yeah. Okay, next one here. Wooden pole. Cut off at the top in a Portuguese style, I would say, or French style. They kind of cut them off at the top like that. But we have poplars, which is kind of strange. This might be more Chilean, actually. Wooden poles are strange for Chile, but I guess we could be over the border in Arge as well. Yeah, definitely poplar, like silver like white poplars here. And we get nothing else. This is super rural. That pole top, would I ever see it in Chile? Maybe. Villuvervigs. Maybe. I think I'm going to go for Chile or Arge here. I think the trees kind of fit it. And we have had a few Europes. So that also plays into my interpretation of what's going on here. If I was going Europe, I would go France or Portugal. But on this occasion, I'm going to go for Temuco area, maybe? This kind of feels like kind of summer coverage that you get in Temuco, or maybe a bit further north. Let's go in Chilean. Let's go in Los Angeles. Okay, let's go for that. Oh, no, it was Turkey. That makes sense with the poplars. Okay, definitely a poor result here. I kind of psyched myself out. Like, I definitely could have gone Indonesia on the Bangladesh guess, but apart from that, I mean, this was very difficult. Yeah, the polls definitely make sense for Turkey in hindsight. The Europe guesses were pretty awful, so definitely deserving of such a poor score, but off the back of the last one, I'm not even too disappointed. So Castrola's map just then was the 4th hardest on the series so far. Now we're moving over to Eddie, who is my countryman, fellow Adelaide resident, and also a very good mate of mine. So let's see how hard he could make it here. I anticipate at least one hard Australia, but we may not get that at all. First one here, extremely generic. We have a very interesting and suspicious wooden pole here. I don't think this is Australian infrastructure, but you never know what Eddie's found, you know? Okay, let's take a look at everything, see if there's any plausible deniability for Oz here. That is... What is that thing in the tree? It almost looks like it's another pole. Okay, thoughts here are definitely Asia off the bat. The gate's kind of weird. It could be South America too. We have laced power lines. I think that's uncommon in Indonesia. Beyond that, not really too sure. But it's a wooden pole, which is the suspicious thing here. So are we actually in Europe? Or is this a very lone wooden pole? Maybe both, or maybe neither. I don't know. I think this hill in the background kind of looks Filipino, which is good because the rest of the round did kind of strike me as similar to that anyway. I think he's trying to make me go Australia here, maybe, with this, but I don't think I'm going to guess that. You can see the pole all the way to the ground. It definitely looks kind of Australian, but I don't think anything else does. I think we can be pretty certain that it's not there. Especially this gate would not feel right. Pencil pines as well. Very, very unique if this is in Philippines. I don't know about that anymore. Maybe I'm thinking like Italy or... Yeah. Would that make sense? It would, but this view here, we do get some very tropical looking trees. Like, did we see any banana plants here? Maybe not. Maybe it's not as tropical as I thought. Maybe I should try something in Europe here. But the soil being so white, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting one, and this hill's very green. So it's there's multiple factors which don't agree with each other. I'm actually switching off Philippines to Europe here, and I will go in southern Italy. Does that feel right? No, it doesn't. But I think it's more right. I think we're going to have moved well here, because this pole feels European, if it's not going to be Australian or something. So I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for this. And okay, it was an Italian island. That's a great guess. 4.1k. Yeah, nice. Just really good. Just really good. Happy with that. Okay. Next one here. We do have some Brazil-looking action, I would say. These hills look really Brazilian. Fences are kind of Colombian looking, though. So that's kind of sus. I think we're definitely South America here, or Latin America at least. So, do we trust the hills, or do we trust the fences? I mean, we have coffee as well. I think it's a coffee plant. So that really reminds me of the right area of Brazil that I was thinking. But, okay. I mean, this definitely... If you're just playing normally and this is not a bait map, you probably go here. But is this actually maybe, like, up here in the hills there? That could also make sense. The soil is definitely red, but it's a strange color of red. This could also be... If it's Colombia, I think it's southern hills that I've seen in Colombia that get really strange. Like these ones here. Maybe not this highway, but... Maybe like one of them... I don't actually know where I've seen crazy rounds like this, but it's somewhere in the south where the dirt gets a little red. Okay. Objectively speaking, I still think this looks much more like Brazil, though. I do. Oh, lots of palms there. Kind of tall palms. Oh, it's a lot of palms. Wait, this could actually be Philippines this time. It could. The hills are weird for Philly. Particularly the fence is too weird for Philly, I think. I don't think I'd see that in Philly too often at all. So I think I will stick with Brazil here, but I'm going to switch up north to make a more interesting guess here, because I think that these actually might be northern hills, and that's what's kind of the baity part of the round, so to speak. So I guess Recife has kind of a lot of hills like this. Yeah, like this kind of area here. Yeah, this kind of road. I'm going to go for like an off-road here in Recife. No, it was Philippines, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense, but the fence did not feel Filipino, so I was really struggling to send off that. To be honest, did it really look like where I sent in Brazil? No, so should have maybe got it, but yeah, it's a tough one for sure. Next one here. Definitely Europe, right? Yeah, I think trees would corroborate that. It kind of looks like Albania. We do not have rifts. We do have like kind of mini rifts here. I think I like Albania. I mean, the coverage really looks quite Albanian to me. I'd suck at Albania though, so I'm not really too confident on this call. I really just don't want it to be Bhutan, and I'm pretty sure I've confirmed based on the trees that it's not there. And I don't think it's going to be South America. And I think it's not going to be too far from Albania if we're wrong. So I'm gonna slam a North Albania here. I think that should be a decent guess. Oh no. I was too confident too quickly, man. That's California, isn't it? Yeah. The mini rifts in the sky just made me overconfident there, man. And then we get burnt like that. We had a good start to this seed, but unfortunately things are falling down a little. Now, that was pretty gettable, I think, but the road, as you can see, if we look back in this round, the road is very thin, very European feeling. It's not that thin. I guess, yeah, this direction looks very European feeling. Trees. It's gettable. If you look at this view, it is definitely gettable. But, yeah, we see it quite, yeah, I don't know. Still kind of looks like Albania to me. I can't cap, but let's head through to the next round. 0 points there. Next one here. Second last round of the video, and we have a rather interesting little forest here. This has got a bit of red soil once again. This kind of feels like the last Serbia round we had. And we have... Oh, this kind of feels... This could also be Eastern Russia, though. Could see that. Bunch of white flowers there. Could be Turkey. Could be Bulgaria. Don't mind a Turkey shout. Turkey would be very interesting here. Only this is... What's Eddie cooked up here? I'm trying to think what Eddie would make me guess. Maybe, yeah, it could just be another, like, mountainous Ukraine. Like we had, like I tried to guess last time. Could be, could be. I don't think this is Australia, fortunately. I don't think he's going to get me on Australia like this. This would be too crazy. But Carpathian Mountains are feeling pretty decent, just as much as Eastern Russia. Can I get anything that looks like Eastern Russia here? I just feel like I would know this road if it was in Eastern Russia. I feel like I would. Or at least have seen something on it before. So I'm going to say... But Ukraine doesn't feel great. I still think it's better. I still think I'll go for Ukraine here. Could this be South Korea? It's kind of doubtful to me, but I couldn't rule it out, and that's a little concerning. No, I don't think it is, but gosh, if it is, it's a cool round. That'll be the hardest South Korea I've ever seen, probably. Let's go for Carpathians again. Slam it in. Oh, no, it was. Oh my gosh. Man, we actually called it on so many rounds this game so far. The Philippines... This one, I probably could have cooked up the US. That's a pretty cool Korean round, I can't lie. Okay. Okay. And now we're back, aren't we? This should be Europe, but the theme so far has been that it's not. Okay, looking through here. Vegetation's very generic. We don't see much. It could be like Oregon or something. I mean, it kind of, like, if I'm playing standard, I would just go Slovenia. Or Austria, or Italy, or something like that, or France. If I'm playing in the context of this map, maybe we try Oregon as something a bit fun here. Or maybe Eastern Russia. No, not Eastern Russia this time. Oh, stream here, a bit of rubbish, but nothing crazy. I think I'm going to try US here. I could see East Coast as well, but I think most of the rounds I've seen crazy like this were Oregon or California. So I'm going to go for Oregon here. Let's go over here near Newport. Boyer, Oregon. Let's try it. No, it was Turkey. Okay, of course it was Turkey. That makes sense. Same latitude, roughly speaking. Okay. Yeah, and this one obviously could have gone a lot better for us. A lot better indeed. And it's kind of interesting, like, how often our latitude guesses were pretty much on point here. Like, actually, each time was pretty much on point, which is kind of funny. But also not kind of funny, because I would have liked to have got more points, and we didn't get them. But, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching me play these. Obviously, started a bit better than finished this time, but yeah, shoutouts to the 3 guys who made me the maps, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, guys, happy Christmas, and goodbye.